Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Bob here. Thanks so much for stopping by. So today we're going to be taking a look at a watch that I was really excited to finally be able to get some quality wrist time with. The watch is from a brand that's been on my radar since they've come out, and a couple of weeks back Monta reached out. They offered to lend in the Triumph to the channel, and since it's come in, it's been getting loads of wrist time. It's one of those watches that works in just about any situation. I've had a lot of fun wearing it the past few days, and it's quite the eye catcher at the same time too. So let's get in for a closer look at the Triumph. All right, so like I said, Monta has been on the radar for me since day one, really, but it wasn't until I saw their lineup in person at the wind-up event last year in New York that I really started paying closer attention to the brand. They had their full line of watches there, and they were much more impressive in person than I had expected. At the time, I also had the opportunity to meet with one of the owners, Justin, and had a nice chat about the brand. Ever since, they've been a brand I've seriously considered adding to my own collection and probably will at some point. Now to the Triumph, and what stood out for me right away, other than that beautiful dial, is the finishes. They've used just the right amount of polish work. Where one part of the watch meets the next, there's a nice touch of polishing to accentuate the transition. Starting from the bezel down, where the bezel meets the case, there's a band of polish work around the outside edge. Where the top of the lugs meet the case sides, there's a nice thin polished bevel on either side of the watch. Even where the inner part of the lugs meet the bracelet, there's a little strip of polish work there, so lots of nice details. I really like how the bezel is brushed outwards as opposed to circular brushing, kind of in line with the dial brushwork, which gives the bezel a bit of that sunburst effect like we have on the dial. The dial is very well done. The silver just pops. I like the layout with the numerals alongside the hour markers. I think it was a smart choice to have the applied hour markers only at the 3, 9, and 12. Might have been a little bit too blingy with them all being applied and would have taken away from the field style look they're going for. At 6 is the date framed in steel. Up top we have the logo and Monta printed with Triumph Automatic just above the date. On either side of the date along the chaptering we also have Swiss made in small print. The handset is rhodium plated with a high polish finish. They're that right length where the minute and second hand come right out to the edge of the chapter ring. The hands as well as the hour markers have a good heavy application of Lume. They're using BGW9, which is one of my favorite Lume formulas. I just love the icy blue, and although it's not the brightest Lume out there, they've given it a solid dose of it that would be totally worthy of a dive watch and more than enough for a field style watch. Size-wise, the watch comes in at a case width of just over 38.5 millimeters. I'm getting 47.5 millimeters lug to lug. The lug opening is 20 millimeters, and the thickness is only 9.5 millimeters, so super slender, and overall a great size for just about anyone. The water resist is 150 meters. We have a sapphire crystal with a 7-layer AR coating on the underside, and the watch runs the Sellita SW300 movement. The movement is visible through the display case back here. It's an ETA 2892 clone, 25 joule movement beating at 28,800 beats per minute. It is regulated to plus or minus 5 seconds per day, and the nice thing with the movement, it's only 3.6 millimeters thick, allowing for the slim profile of the watch. We've got a really nice winding action, silky smooth, and the crown is machined really well. It's a screw down crown, just finds those threads so easily. The bracelet's really well done too. It's probably a given with everything else that's going on with the watch, but we do have solid end links. The links are screwed for easy adjustments. The clasp is a solid milled steel clasp, has a really secure feeling and sounding click when you close it. The polished section here is signed with the Monta logo. Now, the one negative I found with this is the links do come back and touch the clasp. This is a review model that's been making the round, so you can see the link is marked up a little bit there. Just something to be careful of. Once it's on, you're not going to have a problem with it. So let's actually get a look on wrist here quick. And here is the Triumph on my 7.25 inch wrist, and this thing wears like a dream. It just melts into the wrist with that slim case design. I gotta say, guys, I really tried to find more faults with it, and there's not much to nitpick here other than that link hitting the clasp. It's not a cheap watch, with the price ranging from $13.75 to $15.50 depending on the strap option, but for what you're getting, I think the pricing is totally fair. So solid build quality, a great looking design along with an excellent spec sheet makes this one a great watch to me, and really the perfect everyday wear. So that's it, guys. Big thanks to the guys at Monta for getting this one out for us to check out together. Appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.